They're still a terrorist organisation.
Well, I don't accept that.
You don't accept, so you support Hamas then? Here we go. Here we go. Why don't you just piss off back over there? Why have you got to come over and hassle people? Huh?
I know what your game is.
What is my game then? Come on.
Well, what is your game?
Come on. No, you just told me you know what my game is, so come and tell me. You want to come over and hassle me? Come in and tell me. Come on. You want to come over and hassle me? Come in and hassle me. Alright? You want to come and get in my space? Get in my space.
Whoa!
Get in my space. Get out of my space. You dickhead. Why don't you? Huh? You're a fascist, aren't you? Why don't I what? Why don't I what?
I'm a fascist.
Yeah, you are. Because you just come over here to hassle people. Because I am, because I can. Why is that CCTV camera filming you over there? You complete dickhead, aren't you? Complete dickhead. You're a complete dickhead. You what's that?
Are you part of the police?
Am I part of the police?
Are you filming to prevent crime?
Am I filming to prevent a crime? Are you a fucking idiot? You're an idiot.
I don't really value your opinion.
Fascist. Don't talk to fascists. What, is a fascist a swear word, is it? Huh? You quite like to chuck around Nazi and Zionist, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what you normally chuck around, you dickhead.
I'm exercising my liberty, mate.
So am I. But yet I don't approach anybody, do I? Do I?
Just pushed into me.
Yeah. You approached me and stuck that sign in my face, didn't you? So of course I'm going to push it out of my face and out of my space. But you got to remember, everything's on my camera, dude. Everything's on my camera. That's right.
What do you plan to do with it?
Well, I'm doing nothing at the moment because you're live to 200 people.
I'm lying.
Live online at the moment. 200 people watching.
Sorry, meant to start it out.
Huh? We support charity at home.
Well, at least they support
Yeah, we're trying to stop Barclays Bank from funding Israel because Israel's committing war crimes. You know, like in Gaza,
Yeah.
they've killed 33,000 people so far.
I know.
And it's Barclays that is funding it, partly. So we're trying to campaign, well, firstly, to get Barclays customers to move their money to other banks until Barclays agrees to divest from Israel and from arms manufacturers supporting Israel. That's what we're campaigning for.
Yeah, he certainly did.
I don't know why this man's filming us, I'm trying to explain.
Who's the clown? Some fascist that decided to come and stand over and harass people. You know what I mean? They're very good at doing that. Say again, I'm not really listening to you. You know what I mean? No. No.
All of our activities are in the public domain.
Say again?
All our activities are in the public domain. I've got nothing to hide here.
So why are you coming over putting a sign in front of my camera then?
Because I don't know who you're going to send this to. Are those people then going to target individuals?
No one targets anybody. No one targets anybody. What about the mainstream media then when they put you online then? So what happens then?
What about it?
So you're telling me then you don't know where it's going?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going out to the world.
My concern is
Yeah.
that you could be a far-right activist.
No, I'm not far right.
Using
No, I'm not
this-
far right, but you people
using
like to
this-
class people as far right.
Well, who are you circulating this information
I'm
to?
circulating it to everybody. I'm circulating it on my channel,
Right.
on my YouTube channel, for the world to see. But all they ever get is people like you walking up to me and sticking a placard and giving me abuse. You don't want to talk. You don't want to. And when I actually ask questions,
For and why? That's all.
no. It gets it all the time. Is if as soon as I don't agree or I try and say something different, I get called a Zionist, a fascist, and everything. You know nothing. Well, no, because it's a bit like the police. Yeah, they wear a uniform. It doesn't matter if I know that officer or the 20 other officers around him. They'll all wear the same uniform. You're carrying the same placards. You're fighting for the same cause, so you're all the same. Okay? Well, you've got factions within your group that are only here to cause trouble. Okay? They might say they're on your side, but they're here to cause trouble.
I don't speak for anybody else. I speak for
No.
myself. And
Well, then
I
you
don't
got
think
you got like
anything
you got like the anti-fascists, Antifa, and everybody that stands with you, and they're the ones that shout
If I was
abuse.
doing something that was in breach of the law, I'm sure the police would have arrested me, wouldn't they?
Exactly, and it's
And I
the same for me, and it's the same
entitled
for
to
me.
stand
You
here
are entitled to stand
And
here.
ask you why you're filming.
You are, and I've got a right to stand here and not speak to you and engage with you, haven't I?
You have a right to stand
Right?
here. That's fine.
But coming up to somebody when they haven't even interacted or even said anything to any of your group, coming up to somebody, sticking a sign in front of their face before even asking them is mighty rude. Well, it's the same difference because I was behind the camera, so it's in front of my face, isn't it? It's mighty rude and disrespectful. And it shows what your plight is really about. It's shutting everyone down
Are
there.
you pro-Israel then?
No, I'm not pro nobody. I think both sides have done atrocities and they need to really sit down and talk to each other. That's what I really think.
I would agree that a negotiated
Right.
solution is
Really a negotiate, because this is actually drawn out and thousands of people are being killed. And it's innocent people normally, not soldiers, innocent people.
That's right.
Okay, and that's what I'm disgusted about. But because I see it from both sides, okay, they both, you got to admit, Israel and Palestine, they've both done atrocious things, both sides. And they need to sit down and talk about it. But sitting there and shouting, you done this, you done that, you done this, you're just batting back a slanging match. You're not going to open any sort of real discourse, are you? Okay? And it's really the government that are really, doing all this. Come on.
Well, the Israeli government
And the British
has
government.
widespread support.
And the British government.
And the British government.
You know what I mean? They could stop this war tomorrow if they wanted to.
But it's also being bankrolled by banks like Barclays.
It's being bankrolled by a lot more major banks than just
And
Barclays, isn't it? HSBC, it's by all of them. And I am not.
But you're saying they're all the same, and they're not. Barclays and HSBC have massive investments with Israel.
Yeah.
The other banks, I'm not saying they don't have any links, but they're not on the same scale.
But I've got people within your group, and I know that a lot of them don't. But there's people within the Palestinian movement, Free Palestine, that support Hamas. Do you support Hamas?
I support the right of people to resist.
But do you
occupation.
support Hamas though?
I support people's right to resist occupation.
Why can't you give me a straight answer, yes or no?
Do you support the right of people to resist occupation?
No, I don't support terrorist acts. No, I don't.
That's not why I asked you.
No. I don't support anybody that's killing anybody in a terroristic act. Now, Hamas is a prescribed terrorist organisation.
I don't support attacks on unarmed civilians.
But I don't support attacks by a prescribed terrorist organisation, isn't it?
People have a legitimate right to resist.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
if our country was occupied if this country was occupied,
Yeah.
you probably would support resistance to the occupation, wouldn't you?
Not a terroristic occupation, no.
But you would support resistance.
I can't support terrorists, no.
I'm not asking you to support terrorists.
But this is what fundamentally you're asking me to do. Fundamentally, you're asking me to support a terrorist organisation.
I'm saying-
You are, because not one person have I spoke to within the Palestinian movement who turned around and said to me, I denounce Hamas. Not one person. So if you cannot denounce a terrorist organisation, you are a terrorist.
Like other organisations,
Yeah.
Hamas do have a right to resist an illegal occupation.
But Hamas is
They
a
don't
prescribed
have a
terrorist organisation, isn't it?
in this country.
It's a prescribed terrorist organisation in this country. And if you support Hamas,
I didn't
you're a
say
terrorist.
that. I didn't say that. I said they have a right to resist occupation. What they don't have a right to do is to kill unarmed non-combatants. So I think that's...
But isn't that what they're doing? They're using non-armed combatants as human shields?
Well, the October the 7th attack certainly involved, involved attacks on unarmed...
So why is no one talking about the October 7th attacks then within the Palestinian movement?
have said that we oppose that attack. I
Yeah.
oppose that attack.
Yeah. But I don't see anybody saying Hamas, they denounce Hamas and it's a terrorist organisation, because it is. And anybody...
I've literally just said to you.
Yeah, but you haven't said you denounce Hamas. You just said to me, do you support a group of people that are fighting for their freedoms? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're fighting for their freedoms or not. They're still a terrorist organisation.
Well, I don't accept that.
You don't accept, so you support Hamas then?
No, I didn't say
No,
that.
so you are in a roundabout way, but you don't want to be. You don't want to tell me straight that you support Hamas because you don't want to be tarred as a terrorist, because you know it's an offence. Yeah, it's an offence to support Hamas, isn't it? And that's why you won't turn around and tell me that you're in full support of Hamas.
That's your interpretation.
Well, you're not disparaging me in any way, are you?
What I'm saying is, if an army is occupying your country...
Yeah, but Hamas isn't an army though, is it?
The IDF is an army.
Right, yeah, the IDF, the
The
Israeli
IDF
Defence
is
Force.
occupying Palestine.
Yeah,
And people have a right to resist that occupation.
yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm saying.
they're a terrorist organisation. They're prescribed in law as terrorists.
Well, that does not mean that people don't have a right to resist illegal occupation.
Oh, that's okay then. So we have a right then, if anybody does us wrong, we have a right to do anything we want. You do something wrong to me, I have a right to kill them. I have a right to do anything. Well, this is what you're telling me.
It isn't.
If I don't agree,
I'm
okay.
saying if this country was occupied,
Yeah.
you would be justified.
Would I be justified, would I?
There's no other way to achieve it. If this country was occupied illegally,
Yeah.
you would have a right to resist that. You know, and are you saying you wouldn't?
Not in a terroristic manner like Hamas is prescribed.
Occupation.
I don't agree with Hamas.
You're not patriot.
Oh, I'm patriot to this country. I'm more patriot than you think, my sir. More patriot than you think.
Yeah, that's my suspicion.
Yeah. What, your suspicion? What?
suspicion
What?
is-
Because I'm patriotic to this country. What does that make me? Far
My
right, does it?
suspicion when you talk about patriotism
Yeah.
is that it's actually a far right interpretation of patriotism.
No. I'm for everybody. No, you think so. You think so. So really, okay. That's your opinion.
You don't have any links to the far right. You don't
I have no links to far right. In fact, I denounce a lot of the far right actually. What they class as the far right. Say it?
Who's your audience for your videos?
Anybody that watches them.
I know that.
I don't control my demographic, do I? This video might appeal to you, but it might not appeal to the 20 other people. It all depends, doesn't it? It's IRL, it's in real life.
But
It's unedited.
what kind of people usually watch your videos?
I don't know, because I don't control my demographic. I don't control it. I don't say, right, there's tick boxes when I put a video up. Like, I want it to go to that demographic, that demographic, that demographic. I don't control the algorithm.
That you ought to. And actually, there's probably quite a lot we could agree on.
Honestly, that because I don't see left and right, because that's to keep the divide. If there's a left and a right, it's to keep the divide, and that's what they want, because they don't want us to unite. All right? So if they can divide us, put us into two groups, you know, it's a bit like a flock of sheep, isn't it? If one sheep stood up against the wolf's going to have him and tear him apart. But if every sheep stood up against the wolf, they're going to tear the wolf apart, aren't they? And that's why they keep pitting us left and right, left and right. Oh, you're far right. You've got to be. You're a lefty. You're woke. You're this. You're that. You're pigeonholed. But we're all pigeonholed into a group, aren't we?
I see what you're saying.
Because we all can't unite.
I think, you know, it is about getting down to the fundamental issues here in this conflict between Israel and Palestine. I agree with that.
It's like with every conflict, it's the Ukrainian-Russian conflict. I think that was just pitted to keep us all divided.
And I also agree that Israel is not going to negotiate unless they have to. I mean, why would they? Why would they want to negotiate? You know, they've got it all. So, yes.
There's a lot of things that we probably would agree on. A hell of a lot of things fundamentally we would agree on. And I honestly, and I hand on my heart now, I am not a far right activist. I might agree on lots of things with you, but if I disagree on some things, that doesn't make me a bad person.
The reason I was concerned, the reason I was concerned is that we know that far-right activists do film people.
I know
they
that.
Put that material online, and sometimes that is used to actually target individuals. So,
but I've been targeted. I've been targeted by Antifa. I've been targeted by Antifa.
Yeah.
Right? Because I film. Look, I film lots of demonstrations. Right? I film what they class as the far right demonstrations. Right? When I attend those demonstrations, because I'm filming them, it's guilt by association. It's because I'm there filming
it. I
it.
don't know anything about. That's why I was suspicious.
Honestly, I'm not. I'm Bristolian, as you can tell. I'm Bristolian, through and through. I'm born and bred in this city. I love this city.
That's great.
You know.
Honestly, if we don't know who you are, and
you've got nothing to worry about. I am just a guy that films everything. I am for. Honestly, look, can we part as friends now, or as somebody with a little bit of understanding?
There's two people with a bit of understanding.
And look, I would give everybody the time of day. Lots of people that you do class as far right, they won't give you the time of day.
No, I know.
Because they will bark and bark and bark. They're right. I will enter a civil discourse with you and talk.
That's fair enough.
You know, and I appreciate it. And
part with a mutual non-aggression pact or something.
I'm here. You know, and I know what you're doing. I know what the cause is, but it's got to be on both sides, isn't it? Thank you. Thank you.
That is why, you see every man has to die. Whether you like it or not, no matter how old are you are going to die one day.
Wow.
If you like the video, here are some others that are on my channel. And remember to hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, why not? Bye for now.